I'm Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm the sun god.
Talk your shit, young man!
He might be the sun god, but he's dropping shade on people. When has a Lions player done that?
Guys who talk that talk, but they walk that walk. That forces you. That forces your hand.
Pick that guy over me.
Talk your stuff, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Say it with your chest.
Justin Jefferson, who?
De'Ami Brown caught a necessary stray from Amon-Ra St. Brown yesterday when he was talking that talk. You know, he was getting his stuff, man. Actually, you have the video for that, Sus? Here we go.
You know, the draft, it is what it is. Like, I think, I mean, even the Commanders, they got a guy before me over there. I believe his name is De'Ami Brown. I don't know how many catches he had. You guys can probably tell me that, or how many yards he had. But I don't forget things like that. You know, I see him across the sideline from where I'm standing during the game, and every team that I'm gonna give every team hell.
I mean, honestly, we're watching Miami a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't see him in the game much.
Like Dave said, you fell because of the size and the speed and some of these things.
Talk that talk, young man. I'm with it.
I'm with it too.
Talk that talk, young man. Talk your shit.
I like to see it, man.
100%. Initially, I was kind of nervous because, like, we're the Lions.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just like poster board material, easy for the picking for like all the national media to make fun of us. The next game we get our asses kicked, but like he's confident that way for a reason. He's confident in himself. He's clearly confident in the team. Like,
yeah,
that's maybe another reason. You know, that made me like it.
He's confident in what he's doing. He's confident that he is better than these guys. He said, "You pick this guy, pick that guy over me." That guy got 0 catches and 0 yards when I went out there for 184 all-purpose and 2 tutties.
Yeah.
And he's standing on the sideline holding the bottle. Come on now. I'm Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm the sun god. I love it, dude. I love to see that kind of confidence from him. I love that. When has a Lions player done that? When has a Lions player expressed themselves to this extent? Had the flexibility to do that from the coaching staff? You either got Matt Patricia saying, "Oh, don't say anything. I'm stupid and nobody likes me," or you got Jim Caldwell, who, you know, he's just a nice guy, easy temperamental guy. So, and then you got Jim Schwartz, who gets more pissed off about a handshake than he does about his defense getting clapped. So I'm excited that these Lions players feel comfortable enough to express themselves this way. Obviously, you see it in the eyes. Like, it's in the eyes are the windows to the soul. And you see...
Why are you looking at these like that?
You see this man have that intent, have that seriousness when he says it. He's not just saying it to say it. He's saying it because he means it. He's saying it because nobody is better than him in that draft class, and he's putting it out there. He's saying, "You didn't pick me. You didn't pick me. You didn't pick me. I'm going to come and give your team the business, and there's nothing you can do to stop it." So, Bob, dang it, I love it, man. I love it. I need more of it. I need more Amon-Ra. If he goes out there next week against Minnesota, puts up another 10 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown, I want him to look in the mic and say, "Justin Jefferson, who? I'm Amon-Ra St. Brown." That's the mentality you need as a receiver. That's the mentality you need as a top athlete, especially one who already has a chip on his shoulder because he was doubted by so many people.
100%. I'm with you. I know that we had Calvin. Calvin was graceful. He was quiet. He didn't talk too much junk. And we had Darius Slay, who was graceful, quiet, and didn't talk too much junk, but still top of the game at their positions. Give me some of that.
Give me some of
One
that.
of my favorite players all time. Actually, 2 of my favorite players all time. Richard Sherman and Terrell Owens. Guys who talk that talk, but they walk that walk. That forces you. That forces your hand and having to go out there and ball out and show out. When you talk that junk, you have to live up to that expectation.
Mm-hmm.
I
So what happens
like
when
it,
you
man.
try me with a sorry-ass receiver like Crabtree? Dude, he's making Aaron Andrews cry in post-games. Like, Richard Sherman was the man. He is a little crazy, but he was the man.
Yeah.
I loved Richard. Legion of Boom was awesome. I was more of an Earl Thomas guy than a Richard Sherman guy, but yeah, that, like you said, not only does it give you the drive, it forces you to be at the best at all times. It pumps the other guys up. It pumps you. You know, you see your teammates see you doing that. And
Yeah,
like,
they don't want to let you down.
You know, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna do it.
Because that's my guy.
We're gonna prove it to him. Yeah, this is our leader. This is the guy who's been leading us in drills as a second-year receiver. This is a guy who's been doing everything he needs to do, and he's getting it done. I just love it, man. I love everything about Amon-Ra St. Brown. Obviously, he gets that edge of him from Pops. Because we saw John Brown talking.
Yeah.
When's the last time KD did a calf raise? Throwing shade there. So, maybe it's just he might be the sun god, but he's dropping shade on people. So I love it, man.
Hey, that's a bar.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you steal that from someone?
No, I literally just thought of it.
Might be the sun god, but he's throwing shade at people. Yeah. I like that. Talk your shit, young man.
Yes.
Even Tyreek Hill quote tweeted like, I love it. Never changed.
Never changed.
Guys that good and they know they're good, they talk that junk.
Yes.
Flannel Sam. Wiener Schnitzel Sam, how you feeling?
Of course I love it. When you're Amon-Ra St. Brown picked in the 4th round, he probably thought coming in, I'm every bit as good as Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, and they picked me in the 4th round. I'm going to show them. And all he has done basically in the last 8 games, I'll give 8 games, last 6 of last year, first 2 of this year, has been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I got some pretty crazy stats. In his last 8 games, he has 68 receptions, 740 yards, and 8 touchdowns. I have a word for it, and that's Cooper Cuppian. That is basically what Amon-Ra St. Brown has done in the past 8 games. And Cooper Kupp has only been, the most productive wide receiver in the NFL last year and the beginning of this year. And also, to go to his draft class, I have another crazy stat. The 5 receivers picked in the 2nd round combined in their careers so far, 134 catches, 1,271 yards, 7 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown alone, 107 receptions, 1,092 yards, 8 touchdowns, and that doesn't include the 9 carries for 129 yards and a touchdown as well. And to unpack that all, so that means Amon-Ra St. Brown, this is 1 player against 5. Stay with me, folks. He has 27 less receptions than all of the second round wide receivers combined, 179 less yards than all 2nd round receivers from his draft class combined, and 1 more receiving touchdown. That means he has more receiving touchdowns than all of the 2nd round wide receivers from his draft class combined. And not to mention another crazy stat which we talked about on BDE. After last weekend's game, he now has a touchdown reception in 6 consecutive games at 22 years old or younger, and he joins a club of 2 other people who have done that. Randy Moss and Rob Gronkowski. Are those guys pretty good? Rob Gronkowski is arguably the greatest tight end who ever lived. And Randy Moss, in my opinion, is the 2nd best wide receiver who ever lived, right behind Jerry Rice. Mm-hmm. So this is historic. And let me repeat, he's in a category with that receiving touchdowns in 6 straight games at 22 or younger. With the category is Randy Moss, Rob Gronkowski, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Talk your stuff, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Say it with your chest.
There we go. I love it.
You say it with your chest, Sam. What was that? Give that one more go.
Say it with your chest.
Put some bass in your voice, man.
I don't have bass in my voice. I sound like I'm like 15 years old, but you know what? It's the substance of what you say.
He's tenderizing the wiener.
He's tenderizing the meats. Yeah.
Yeah.